Hey, Get the Pen family. This is Janine, folks, and we're about to have a Get the Pen moment, okay? Yeah, we're going to do that. I hope you've subscribed. Welcome back. If you have not, I hope that by the end of this video, you would decide to press subscribe, like, comment, share, all of the things. So, I think we're all adults here because when upload the videos, I say they're not made for kids. So I'm just going to assume everybody here is a grown up and hopefully has at least graduated from high school. Even if you didn't, you went to high school maybe in some form. Um, Maybe even this will speak to you or somebody you know. How some of the kids they just like goof off in high school and don't take it seriously. We show up, and I'm gonna say we, but not necessarily me. But the students, the teens, they show up. Some of them just go to school to have fun. They go to socialize. Some go to find people to get high with. Some go to sell drugs. People go to high school for so many different reasons, and it's not always to be educated. We have to go to school, right? It's sort of a mandate that you go to high school. I believe it's that we are required to go to school, at least in my town, in my household, in my family. We had to go to school. It was no option. I know nowadays homeschooling is an option. And whether you're homeschooled or you're out at the public school, either way, there are students who just goofed off, who did not take it seriously, felt like, oh, we're young, we don't have any responsibilities, adulthood isn't for years, I'll get myself together by the time I'm 18. I'll get my life together when I'm grown, but right now I'm young. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to play, and I'm going to use my youth to be foolish. They don't say that, but they act that. They demonstrate that. They evidence that I'm just going to be young and foolish. I'm not going to really do my work. I'll do it when I feel like it. I might do my homework. I might show up for class, and if I show up, I might pay attention. Now, I guess if you were a good student in high school, you were on the honor roll and you got A's and B's and you studied for tests and you turned in all your homework, this may or may not be for you, but it might be. So stick with me until, I make my point at the end. So I'm just trying to show you how, when we think back as adults, some people just say, oh man, I wish I had done better in high school. I wish I would have paid attention. I wish I would have studied. Maybe I could have gotten into the college of my dreams. Maybe I could have gotten a better education and then a college degree and then a better job, and I wouldn't be struggling the way I am now. I wouldn't be broke and poor because I would have had a degree. Maybe I could have been a doctor. Maybe I would have been a lawyer. Maybe I could have been an actress, or maybe I could have been a writer, or maybe I could have been this or that if I had only done better in school. How many people have that type of remorse, or how many people do you know that probably wish they had done better? And the phrase that we usually use is, what if you had applied yourself? It wasn't because they were dumb. It wasn't because they were stupid. It wasn't because they were incapable of learning. They just didn't apply themselves. They were okay with a C average. They were okay with getting C's and D's. They didn't really care about grades. They could have gotten straight A's had they applied themselves. I'm even guilty of some of it. Even in college, I just kind of half did it. I did just enough to pass. If I had applied myself, I could have made the dean's list. It's not because I was too dumb to be on the dean's list. I just didn't do the work. I just didn't put in the hours of study, and I just didn't put in the time. I could have done it. And there are a lot of people who did not do well. They may have done mediocre at best in high school, but then later in life, if they went to college, maybe in their 30s or 40s, when life got real, when they realized, oh my God, life is real and it's hard, and they went to school, usually the older students are more focused and they get better grades. As an older student, it's easier to get straight A's or get on the dean's list because you're a serious person at this point in life, because Life might have beat you up a little bit, and you know you're not going to waste your tuition money to just go slack in class or just to go sit there and get mediocre grades. Because as an adult, when you're in college or when you're paying for your own classes, you're not going to waste your money and not study and not pay attention. You're going to show up, you're going to study, you're going to get the grades. If only we had done that in high school, we might have gotten a scholarship and not had to pay this tuition. I don't know. My point is, it's not that people weren't capable, it's just that they did not apply themselves. So now let's leave the school arena where I believe we all were capable of being smart, being on the honor roll, being the A student. Let's leave the school arena and go into the life world arena. What is it that you wish you knew or wish you were good at, but you're not? What is it that you want to learn, but you don't know? Is it the stock market? Do you wish you were better at investing or knew how to invest or knew how the stock market worked? Do you wish you knew more about Bitcoin? Do you wish you knew more about the law? Do you wish you knew more about medicine, health, fitness, whatever it is that you wish you knew more about? It could be a medical condition, it could be health, it could be whatever is important to you that you wish you knew. What if I told you you could learn it, you could do it, you could be it, and all you have to do is what you would have told that high school student who was playing around and skipping class? What would you tell them? Apply yourself. You can learn the stock market. Information is everywhere. You can learn how to cook. You can learn how fitness works. You can learn how the body works as far as weight loss. You could learn the mechanics of a car. You could learn whatever you want to learn if you apply yourself. There are books, there are classes, there's the internet. So it's easy for us to tell students, oh, you could have been this if you had just applied yourself. You could have done that if you had just applied yourself. But what about you? What can you do if you apply yourself now? We're not talking about the past, because it's easy to say what somebody could have done years ago because we can't go back and redo it, right? But you're in the now, in the present. What can you do now to apply yourself? How can you apply yourself now? Now that you're wiser, now that you're more serious, now that life has kicked your butt a few times. Think about that. Are you being that student who was skipping class and wouldn't read, wouldn't study, even though they were perfectly capable of doing it? What are you perfectly capable of doing, but you're just not, just because you don't even have a good reason to not do it? You might say you don't have time or you don't have the energy. Yes, you do. You can get it. You can do it. Apply yourself. Apply yourself. I'm telling you, stop making excuses. Stop coming up with reasons to not do things. Apply yourself. Don't wait 10 years and 20 years and look back and say, oh, if I had applied myself, I could have. You can. I'm telling you now that you can apply yourself and that you should, and I hope you do. This has been a Get the Pen moment. My name is Janine, folks. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like. I hope you share this with somebody who needs to apply themselves, not 10 years ago, but right now.